What's up, dope fam? Back with another video. This one's gonna be a big one. We just had massive stock market crashes for the futures market, as well as circuit breakers being triggered for Asia markets. So be sure to watch the whole video because I'm gonna go through what's been happening and what I think my base case is for this week. So if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I make content around Bitcoin analysis as well as base chain ecosystem. And I also make content over at X and my CoinMarketCap pages, so be sure to follow those pages. And let's get right into it. So for Bitcoin, we're pretty much on our last line of support, in my opinion, for the bull market. If I've pretty much just told you guys multiple times since reviving like my YouTube channel, like I really believe that the weekly RSI momentum is probably our last line of support for the bull market. And the reason why it's so significant, if you guys haven't already seen, we've been above the 42 weekly RSI for let me just see. So we've been above this weekly RSI for over 800 days now. And that's pretty much the main reason why I think it's so significant. It's been our last line of support when it comes to our accumulations and expansion to the upside. So as you can see, we've retested it multiple times, and every time we've broken out the weekly downtrends, we've had a doubling from the lows. And my base case has been breaking out of this weekly RSI. But as you can see here, we've actually we're down below it. We technically closed below it this week. So I definitely don't want to see sustained price action below this area. My lines are a bit messy, so sorry about that, guys. But as you can see, we do not want to see multiple closes below this range. I really want to see this as a deviation and get right back where we were and break out from there. When it comes to lower time frames, there isn't really much to say other than there is technically a bullish divergence happening on the 1 hour. So let me just quickly show that to you guys. So on the 1 hour, as you can see, we're having closing candles on the price, but RSI is increasing, but it's not significant as you guys already can tell. Like when it comes to weekly, that is the most important aspect for us. On the daily, there is also another bullish divergence. So as you can see, we had multiple closes at this price range with our daily RSI at this level. So let me just draw up for you guys. So that's the first bullish divergence here, as well as this one, and then lower low, lower low, lower low. So that's one note to show that there is increasing confidence that this line of support is most likely to have a bounce from here, especially if the stock market's closed this week green. And I'll show you why that's my base case. But basically, the verdict is for Bitcoin. It's not looking too great. Like we actually broken below the our previous low. So we're currently doing this video. Yeah, we've actually broken a new low. And the videos in the past, I've been telling you guys, look, we don't want to break to new lows because it increases our chance of the bear market actually starting. And at most, like we would definitely don't want to go below the 75k region. But let's see how the closes play out for today and for this week. But yeah, it's definitely not looking too great, and I really need to see the weekly RSI to reclaim our last line of support. For stock market, this is the futures market. So as you can see, the reason why the Bitcoin chart broke down so hard today is the stock market is currently down. It wicked down to about 4.8% from Friday's last close. So when it comes to that, it's pretty much going down to my support level I was telling you guys from my last video. So 4,800 to 4,900 is a pretty strong level support. And I'll show you a few other cases, a few tweets later in this video why I think that's the case. Our next one is our liquidation heat map. So as you can see, let me just refresh it. We have a lot of liquidations getting ready to get liquidated in the short side, but it looks like to me like the 75k region is a magnet, and yeah, we're sort of slicing through right now. And then the next most obvious line of support is the previous all-time high at the 73k region. But once again, I don't want to see that happen because it just means there's more sustained price action below that weekly RSI level I've been constantly telling you guys about. So at this level, we need it, like, just reclaim that level ASAP, like, especially this month. Next up is liquidations. We hit $1 billion today, and it looks like it's going to be increasing until the stock market opens. There's definitely a lot of volatility happening today, and the longs are mostly getting wrecked. For today's news, we actually had a lot of circuit breakers getting triggered for the Asia markets, as you can see. So just, I guess a heads up what a circuit breaker is. Whenever the stock market crashes a considerable amount, the market trading pretty much gets paused just to decrease the volatility that happens. And it just pretty much shows that there's mass market fear right now. And we are in like pretty much peak fear right now. And if you guys thought it couldn't get worse than this, it could potentially get worse than this if we have drawdowns similar to the COVID crash. So this is pretty much what happened when COVID started, and we had multiple circuit breakers. Let's see if the US stock market actually has a circuit breaker triggered. But nonetheless, we've had circuit breakers get triggered for the stock markets for China, Taiwan, Japan, Russell Futures, Australia, and Singapore. And now the VIX is up 14%. So that is something to note. We're having mass fear right now. And my base case is probably Monday will close red. But due to what I've said in the past, we've probably had, like, our sentiment is currently bottoming out. And as you can already see here on the weekly RSI, the weekly RSI levels are pretty much back to last seen since COVID. So as you can see, the weekly RSI is pretty much at 25 and COVID was at 21. So we're getting quite close. We're actually lower than the 2022 bear market already. So it just shows to me is more than likely we're probably going to bounce out of this region, and then time will tell if we're just going to roll over from here. So my base case is probably find support and then roll over later on in the future. I still suspect that there will be bounces on the way, because even just showing from last bear market, when the bear market started, we had multiple bounces and fear just increasing from every drop. So bear markets tend to always have relief bounces, and it's not just a slice edge. The reason why COVID was a slice edge is because it was a black swan, and it was quite different to the previous bear markets. And the main reason why we actually bounced so hard was because the money printers turned on. So it's quite different to where we are right now. Obviously, right now isn't really a black swan. It's just obviously from all the uncertainty from the trade wars that we're having right now, and the tariffs. So there's that. Our next tweet is by Superbro. So Superbro is just showing that still not a single daily close below the 200 MA on Bitcoin futures. Obviously, looking at today's price action, we are going to have a close below the moving average. From what's happening today with today's price action, we're more than likely going to have our first ever close below this moving average. Before continuing on to the latter part of the video, I'm just going to play a video that sponsors the channel. If you guys are looking for the fastest trading bot on Base Chain, EVM chains, as well as Solana support soon, click on the link in the description below. I'll be giving away $1,000 per month to those users that trade and fund their wallets on the Sigma trading bot. It also supports the channel, so it'll be really appreciated if you guys have a look at what the product is, because personally I've been using it because it replaces my DEX needs, and I've actually been using it since March 2024. And the main reasons why I've been using it is, first of all, it's got full mobile and desktop support. So it's on Telegram. It's a bot on Telegram. And because it's on Telegram, it's so much more convenient to make my trades when I'm out and about. As well as multiple features I've been using to make 10 to 100x multiples on new coin deployments. So one of the main features is the auto sniping tool. So what this does is, since Sigma Trading Bot is the fastest bot on Base as well as other EVM chains, you're able to snipe new token deployments and be one of the first buyers to new token launches. I've also been using the copy trading tool, which allows me to copy trade profitable wallets and pretty much just copy exactly what they've been doing. But why you guys should be trusting it? Personally, I've been using it since 2024, like March of 2024, and it's got over $3 billion in total volume, with integrations and partnerships with other top protocols like Virtuals, which is the #1 AI protocol on Base Chain. And like, since it's been around for so long and it's got so much volume, it's got a pretty good track record. It's never been hacked, and I've been using it on and off since the deployment, and I've been quite happy with the product. It's developed and evolved a lot over time, and the partnership, in my opinion, was sort of a no-brainer because I personally use it for my own trading needs. And with me partnering with them, I'm actually able to give out $250 to 5 winners every month. So it's sort of a no-brainer to use my link in the description and just to give it a go and give it a try, because I've been using it. I've been quite happy with the tool. and they're actually going to be releasing a new web app that sort of supplements the Telegram app. So obviously, depending on your preference, if you like a web app or Telegram app, you can give it a go when that releases. And thank you for supporting the channel. We'll go to the next segment in the video. Alright, cool. So next tweet is another tweet from Superbro Bitcoin. So S&P futures are currently testing the uptrend from the COVID bottom. So this sort of backs my statement that I suspect 4,900 will have a bounce, and we at the very least have a relief bounce, and we could roll over in the future. But I really think that Monday will probably close at these current levels, and then at the end of the week we close green, and we can look closely at the charts what happens thereafter. Next chart is by Jazzplane that I just noticed on CT. As you can see here, at the 200 moving average, the past 15 years, we've actually tested this 200 moving average on the weekly level. And every time we've touched it, we've bounced. And the last time we actually broke through it was during a black swan, which was COVID. So this is another point to back my statement that I really think that the stock market will bounce at these levels. And at the very least, we will have a relief bounce. So there's that. Next tweet is by Stackhodler. Bitcoin price in Nasdaq breaking back above 2021 highs. So this is one bullish stance that we can definitely note on this, is that like the Bitcoin ratio to the Nasdaq, we're actually gaining strength right now, and it looks like to me this was a bull flag that we're actually currently breaking out of, and time will tell if we're actually going to sustain this run and increase from here. So there's that. When it comes, like, I guess a verdict on this week. This week is definitely a time to see what the price action is going on. And today for Monday, I feel like today will probably be the worst day for price volatility, and more than likely that the end of the week would probably start stabilizing, and then we can see what happens later on for next week. Black Widow Bitcoin. So Bitcoin 2024 bottom versus now. This is just a cool little fractal also. So as you can see here, it looks like this fractal goes down to pretty much to like the 74, 75k region, and to be honest, it's looking like it's about to happen now. So time will tell if it's actually gonna play out, but that's just something to show you guys. So bottom out at the 74, 75k region, and then quickly bounce from there. So note the fact that the velocity is increasing, as we can see right now, and what we want to see is not another weekly close below these levels. So obviously, this fractal is invalidated if we stay below this level for another 6 to 7 days or so, and we're still below the 75k region. So we definitely want to see some bounces across the board this week, or we're just going to have to agree that, yeah, Bitcoin's looking like it's going to a bear market. All right, another tweet from Super Bitcoin Bro. So the Bitcoin weekly chart versus the S&P weekly is gaining relative strength. So as you can see here, the S&P 500 has sliced through the 50-week MAs, and whereas the Bitcoin hasn't yet. So yeah, we're currently sitting at 75.8k. So it definitely looks like we're probably going to retest the all-time high, and we don't want to see a weekly close below this moving average. So I guess the verdict the wicks are fine down to the 73.8k region, and it could even go lower. But as long as we have that weekly close above the moving average, and it allows us to get the weekly RSI momentum above the 44 to 43 trend, that's perfectly fine to me. So this week is very important. Today's price action doesn't matter too much. It's just more of the collective price action we get out of this week. Last tweet is by Donny Dicey. So 79k finally swept. Sunday dip. If this holds and Monday opens green, then we can start building a case for the low being in. We've been expecting this for some time. Don't fold here. So as you can see, 79k is definitely a strong level of support, and we've just broken that. So I feel like this chart is more applicable as of right now. But the prices are changing so fast. Like even just during this video, this data already outdated. But as you can see here, we've got confluence with the moving averages for Bitcoin's chart. We have confluence with the weekly RSI, and we also have confluence that we might actually wick at the previous all-time high range, which was 73.6k. So nonetheless, it's a big week. We have a lot of things to go through for this week and upcoming videos. Be sure to like and subscribe. Sign up to the link in the description below. It's a trading bot that I personally use and trade other tokens. and I'll keep you guys up to dated for the stock market and Bitcoin, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to have the first Monday close for the stock market, so we're probably going to have a better idea what's going to happen to Bitcoin's price action for this week. Thank you for watching. Peace.